Look guys, if you still believe these hair myths, you're gonna be led astray. I want you to have great hair. Matter of fact, I want you to have sexy, great looking, attractive hair. But if you're still believing some of these lies people are telling you, you'll never get to that. You're following the wrong rules. Today, boys, I'm gonna show you 7 hair myths that you probably still believe that are hurting your hair, bro. Let's hop into this. Number 1, if you cut your hair, it grows faster. This is probably the biggest wives' tale, the biggest myth you'll ever hear in your life. I don't know who created this, but the truth is, lie, right? When it comes to your beard or your head hair, cutting it more doesn't mean your hair will grow faster. Now, here is what does happen. See, your hair naturally has a point. That point is finer, it's thinner, it looks lighter. What ends up happening is when you cut your hair, you cut the thinnest part of your hair, and now that thicker base will grow to become the end of your hair, making your hair overall look thicker. So yes, when you cut your hair does give the illusion of thickness, but doesn't actually grow more hair. Number 2, you have to shampoo daily to keep it clean. Bro, come on. Of course the cosmetic world is obsessed with cleanliness. They want you to run through that shampoo as quick as possible, so you have to buy more. Stay 2 steps ahead and keep that money in your pocket and your hair looking as good as possible by only shampooing your hair every 2 to 3 days. That should be the goal you should go for. So every 2 to 3 days, shampoo your hair. You have to gauge it depending on your oily level because everybody's hair is different there. But doing this is going to ensure that your hair stays hydrated or as hydrated as possible so it stays healthy and you don't have to be buying shampoo all the time. Number 3, growing out your hair will hide your hair loss. Wrong. Matter of fact, I can see that big old bald spot even more now. You want to know why? Because the more you grow out your hair, especially if you're having trouble with growing out hair, their hair's coming out weaker, it's coming out thinner, and it's acting almost like a spotlight into those big patches and shows that you're really trying to hide the real problem. So when it comes to this, don't hide the problem. You got 2 things. You either run right into the problem and beat it to the punch, or you fight it head on. So what that means is if you're balding and you want to look as good as possible, shave it off. Shave it off, you'll probably look badass. 2, you fight that thing head on. Don't hide it, actually fight male pattern baldness. And all of us can do it. For example, with our sponsor Keeps, if you decide to fight it head on early, like as soon as you start seeing the early signs of hair loss, this is when you can keep most of your hair. See, Keeps offers the only 2 generic FDA-approved medications that have been scientifically proven to help stop hair loss and in some cases even regrow some of that lost hair. If you guys go to keeps.com/TMF, you're going to see some of those testimonials where you'll see before and afters, and the difference is drastic. Like some of these guys are regrowing some of this lost hair. It makes sense, bro. Keeps has more 5-star reviews than all of their competitors because their stuff works. You hop on Keeps.com, like I said, the link will be down below. Once you get started, you'll have a consultation with an online physician who can then look at your current state, see your problem, and prescribe the medication all online. Then that medication gets delivered to your door, hassle-free, and you can get started. If you or you know somebody that's dealing with hair loss, don't let them just go through it. Help them out. Click that link down below. Check out Keeps. They're going to have a special offer if you hop on now, and you can actually do something about that hair loss. Which rolls us on to number 4. Hair loss comes from the mother's side. I don't know who came up with this myth, but see, hair loss or male pattern baldness is usually a sensitivity to a hormone called DHT. Well, this hormone is found on both sides of the genetic tree, which means if you have baldness in either side, chances are, genetically, you're predisposed to also have male pattern baldness. Number 5, when you're growing out your hair, you shouldn't cut it. Again, lie. Whoever told you this myth doesn't understand hair. See, when you're growing out your hair, you should cut it for 2 reasons. 1, a small cleanup and trim helps you gain confidence. Look, growing out your hair, there's awkward periods where you just feel crappy because your hair's all over the place, you can't style it properly. So that awkward stage doesn't really help your confidence. Doing some cleanups will help you with your confidence to give your hair a little bit of structure as it grows out. And then 2, it actually is healthier for your hair. Those ends can be damaged. If you're not trimming those regularly, those split ends will travel up the strand of your hair, damaging the entire strand. You want to clip the damage as you see it to make sure your hair grows out healthy. Number 6, oh, a cheap haircut is good enough. Bro, first of all, you should be blessing your barber with a good tip because he's blessing your life. Yo, your barber, probably more powerful than a therapist. By the way, not. But yes, when it comes to your confidence, every time you step out that chair, you feel on cloud nine, so you better give that man a good tip. Number two, an experienced barber, yes, he might be a little bit more expensive. He might be $5 or $10 or shoot, $30 more expensive. But what comes with experience is knowledge. And when you go into a good barbershop that you're paying a little bit extra for, you're gonna have a barber that not only will take care of you, but also will give you better feedback as to how to structure your beard, how to structure your hair, what hairstyle you should do for your head shape and your hair type. See, with this level of experience, you're gonna get a more customized service to ensure that you look as good as possible. And finally, number 7, that you can't train your hair. Look, if you want your hair to lay a certain way, you can actually train it if you learn to brush it every day. So for example, you want your hair to lay back, you need to be brushing that hair back every single day. And at first it's gonna look awkward, but the more you do it over time, your hair is gonna be trained to lay in that direction. If you want it to lay to your left, same, right? Same. The point is, whatever direction you want your hair to lay, even if your hair doesn't naturally lay in that direction, you can train it by brushing it every day. And that's basically it for this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to drop us a like down below. Also, boys, don't forget to check out our sponsor, Keeps. They're going to be linked down below as well. That's it for me today. See you next time.